What the pissy ras is up, YouTube? Yes, we're out of the frying pan and right back into the fire on a new field trip. And when I say into the fire, I really mean into the fire. We're going to northern Thailand in the hottest and driest time of the year to look for a very special snake. We're here in Tak province now, but we've got another 4 hours of driving today to do and some other adventures along the way. Let's get to it. Okay, first interesting snake of the trip caught at our layover location is this nice Tenasserim range Rhabdophis chrysagos, speckle-bellied keelback. You can see it gets its name from those little black spots on the edge of the venter. I've actually never seen one from this particular area before, although this may be the same form that you get down in like Suratani, Krabi, Phuket, etc., which I have seen. But yeah, they're very different from the southern ones, which are really orange. These ones are mainly just this kind of grayish color with the bright green neck and the cool like white lips, sometimes with like orange or yellow on the lips too. Really nice little snake. Not going to spend too much longer with this one because we want to get going, get on the move. Yeah, let's get to it. Incredibly hot in the daytime, these areas, man. It's actually ridiculous, but time to drive to our location. All right, dinner is finished and it's about time to get out. Look at this incredible view behind me. These huge limestone mountains, which are actually in Myanmar, those. In fact, that hill you see right behind me is in Myanmar. I'm like 150 meters from the border maximum. Pretty cool area to hurt. Border areas always have some spicy habitat and some very interesting species. I'm hyped to get out there. I think it's gonna be tough because it's super, super dry here. The rains haven't hit yet, but maybe some stuff will be active anyway. I always back us to find stuff, so let's hop in the car, get cruising. This is an incredible view here. The Moi River, which you can see in front of us, divides Thailand and Myanmar. So that's Myanmar right on the other side, with these incredible karstic mountains. Such a beautiful environment here, although last time I was here it was so green and now it's looking pretty dry. All right, we just got our second snake before it got dark. Do you mind handing this big boy over to me? The first one was some kind of keelback, I think an amphiesma that we lost off the road. This time it's this big TS Koros. You can kind of see my car headlights catching on it here. Big one that was struggling to get grip on the road, so David managed to hop out and actually get a good grab on it. But you can see, pretty decent sized snake. Very active, these guys, and even though they seem very, very active, they don't really bite much at all. Let me try. And I say that and he nips me. Typical. But this species, very small teeth, and oh, look at that. Look at that guy there, scoping me out. Looking very big, alert eyes on these guys. Yeah, big TS Koros, finally got it to sit nicely in hand there. Those huge black eyes looking so awesome here. And the forest is getting a little bit greener, although if you look over here, forest fires burning all over the mountain. But yeah, that's the second snake of this afternoon cruise, so let's keep going. Just cruised the snake at night, and we thought it would be Trimesurus goi, but it's Pope's. Surprisingly low elevation, this one, but yeah, you get them way down to the lowlands, I guess. It's not too much as a surprise, but goi is typically more common, and there's some buffalo looming in the bushes there. See them eye shining us. Those guys are everywhere. All right, be gone. All right, we just got a big multimaculata this time. Really nice Boiga multimaculata ochracia. Lovely tan coloration. These ones are so superior to the other ones in Thailand. Like, they have got such a lovely coloration. And even though the fact they mimic Kalamohi doesn't do us any favors, it does certainly make them look pretty. It's a nice snake. We're gonna keep moving because probably won't be the last one we see. All right, just showed up in the middle of the road. And it's this, let me go from Harry's angle. It's pretty little Lycodon capucinus. In keeping with the ones I saw here last time, I thought they were all like very, very beautiful at this locality. Some lovely, hold on, let me switch to my filming light. Some lovely kind of like yellows and very intensely speckled. Cute snake. Okay, so just touched down the forest and first find extremely rapidly within the first couple minutes is this male Pope's pit viper that's ambushing directly against this rock wall. A good sign to see a viper around already, because vipers can be very, very low detectability when it gets dry like this. They disappear, but this one's out here hunting very early in the walk. We saw lots of these here before, but I wasn't optimistic to see so many this time around. So yeah, it's a good sign. Let's keep going. Here's the endemic bent-toed gecko, Certodactylus amphipetreus. We saw a lot of these last time, and I'm sure we'll see many of them this time, but first one with a regrown tail. Just caught a nice juvenile Certodactylus amphipetreus. I think they're something like that. Chilling out here on my hand. Pretty little guy. Here's the third Popes of the night, another male, but by far in the nicest ambush position of any of them so far. Can really get a look at this one's blood red eye and the whole body there. Looking pretty, up against this tree, waiting for geckos and stuff to run up. Okay, let's get something that isn't Popes now. All right, here's a super nice adult male. I think it's Acanthosora orontocrista, I think is the species here. I can't remember if I showed this one on my channel last time we were here, but it's not often you see adult males around the forest, at least not when I was last in this area. They've got this awesome orange row of horns progressing to yellow with this lovely yellow on the face and the orange body, although this one's even darkened up a bit since I picked him up. But yeah, what a beautiful animal, amazing. Just got the first sleeping prass of the trip. We didn't see too many up here last time, but we did see a few in this area, so no surprises one here. This one's just beginning to transition into green. You can see the kind of olive coming through on the head. Oh, I just made a dive. You can see how fucked up my hand is into this because David trod on these leaves and outshot this guy here. A Rhabdophis chrysagos, really beautiful one. The Tenasserim range ones with the...
This one's going to be bite, I think.
Maybe. The species I've only ever had bite once, but he's certainly inspecting me. Beautiful green... Oh. Beautiful green upper body and the orange on the back of the neck. It's kind of so reminiscent of Nigrocinctus, but no, just Chrysagos.
Especially with the like pink on its neck.
Yeah.
Very Nigrocinctus-like.
So Nigrocinctus-like this one, but yeah, the snake we didn't see up here last time. They seem to be really active in the dry season, and certainly a good addition to the night's findings. Let's keep going. Just after I stopped rolling, David spotted another Popes. We've seen so many of these already that I haven't even filmed all of them. But that's like, I don't know, Pope number 5 that I've seen personally tonight. Not in focus, but down there at the back, little guy. Couple snakes in a small area, very typical. David just spotted this nice little subadult Lycodon fasciatus. First subadult of this species I've ever seen. You might remember we got a couple in this area before. One was a tiny like neonate hatchling, which had bright white bands, and the other was the adult which had the awesome like orange bands, that really like famous one we found, quite unlike the others. But this one's more like typical fasciatus that I'm used to seeing in other parts of the range, and I'm probably going to get my camera out because it's, like I said, first subadult I've seen. It's doing its Lycodon thing. You know how it goes. Every single video ever I film on my channel where we catch Lycodon, I get bitten. So just continuing tradition here. This giant tree is inhabited by this cute little Tokay gecko. Very decent sized one, looking absolutely grandiose there with very limited orange spots on him. But yeah, this tree is absolutely massive. Probably made small by the size of the gecko, but yeah. Here's a Pope's worth actually showing. It's a huge female. Not like the most giant one I've ever seen, but it's a good like meter in length, if not even a tiny bit more. Very long girl here, stretched out. Again, the cherry red eye with the little like white stripe, post-ocular stripe. Very nice. Cool in situ. Being very goofy and weird here in my hand is the first Mac I've seen of this trip. David saw one earlier tonight, and then I got one a few minutes later, so these guys have finally decided to move. Quite a pretty species in its own right, you see. Quite similar to Marg, but with like a more silvery, like elongated head, and yeah, just generally slightly different looking snake, although very similar. And these are often quite common, but haven't been this time around due to the lack of rain. Pretty nice. David and I were walking together, and he spotted this nice big Parius CF Birdmorei. I mean, there's supposed to be Birdmorei here, but we are very skeptical of that. I mean, look how long and slender this one is. You'd never see bird as long and slender as this where we live, not even close. And with that really bright venter, the sort of blood orange eyes. Yeah, I'm not convinced by this classification. My theory is it may be Parius carinatus subspecies Tenasserimus. We won't know for sure. We took some nice pictures of it, so see if we can get some kind of clarification in the future. All right, while walking around, I just got this Trimerosaurus GUO'S pit viper, and you can see with that bright red eye and that striped tail that is not one of the many Popes we've been seeing. Hold on, let me try to get this guy. The problem with green vipers, and one of the reasons why I actually would go as far as to say I'm not a big fan of them at all, in fact, they're probably my least favorite group of snakes. Well, let's list a few reasons. They're common, they're very similar to each other, and they never sit still. And because they're venomous, you can't just go and put your hand on them. But yeah, I think I managed to calm this one, well, not calm it down, get it to be a little defensive so we can get a close look at it. Yeah, I'll zoom in and you can see that eye. Blood red eye on these, like really, really blood red. Not like the sort of more like orangey red eye of the one we saw in the southern part of TAC. Don't know if that got included in a video.